Today, the Dark Eldar will face up against the Sisters of Battle Champions of Faith, Grotmas Detachment. Let's dive into the game.
The Dark King.
Hello and welcome to another competitive battle report here on Skaredcast. I'm playing my 2,000 point Skysplinter list, preparing for LVO. That's right, we're playing the last mission of the group stage, mission 6, which is Stalwarts, Crucible of Battle, and Terraform on GW layout number 6. A huge shout out to Wayland Yutani for sending me another awesome terrain set. This is a Pariah Nexus terrain set, basically usable with all GW layouts. It's awesome, it's modular, you can switch the buildings. It's really, really good. The link will be down below if you want to get a set yourself. It'll really, awesome for the channel, as well as the awesome Yutani mat with all the deployment zones lined out and of course branded because it's awesome. Well, let's dive into the game. Let's go look at the armies and then we'll get into deployment. And here we have 2,000 points of Skysplinter Drukhari. Quick little change to my traditional competitive list. I took out one bomber. That added in 1 unit of 2 Talos and a unit of 3 Grotesques, and then kept my army at 2,000 points on the nose. So I feel it's a sign. I still have Urk on Skari with the Nightmare Shroud, Uri and Rakarth, and Lilith. I've got a Beast Pack, 10 Witches, 10 Kabalite Warriors with all the Gubbins, a unit of Court of the Archon. Then I've got 3 Grotesques, 2 single Chronos, Talos with twin liquefier guns, twin Haywire, and the Gauntlets, 2 units of 5 Mandrakes, a single Bomber with missiles and D-sides, 1 Raider, 2 Venoms with double cannons, 2 units of Scourge, 1 with 4 Haywire, 1 with 4 Dark Lances. And there you have it, 2,000 points on the nose. And here we have 2,000 points of Sisters of Battle. Now this is the new detachment. Cody, take it away.
Today we're bringing one of the units that got really pumped up by this attachment is the Sacrosaints. We have 3 units, 1 big brick of 10 that goes with Agatha, 2 small units of 5 to harass the enemy flanks. Then you've got my proxies here for Agatha. I'm still working on them. Then we have a Canoness with the, I believe it's called the Blade of Devotion for a +1, or Mark of Devotion for +1 attacks. And then if you righteous her up, she gets +2 attacks and +1 damage. Then over here, we've got the Triumph. This detachment, when they pump up their units to get +1 move, then you can stack it with her +2 moves to get some very fast sisters. Then we've got just a unit of Battle Sisters split up with an Immolator. And then bringing up the rear, 3 tanks, 1 with battle cannon, 2 with autocannons, Celestine, Morven Vol, and her unit.
Oh man, so cool. I just want to show off this beautiful Sisters of Battle army because it's so sexy. Look at it. It's amazing. Ah, such a nice, gorgeous army. This is what the hobby's all about. Hardcore competitive lists with amazing looking models. And here we are after deployment. I won the roll-off. I made Cody deploy first. He put Morven Vol and Celestine in reserves because there's not enough room to really deploy everything.
No.
2 Castigators, 2 units of 5. I have to put these guys in.
They're just chilling right there.
Nope, they are not. They are going over here somewhere. Please hold. And continuing. 2 units of 5, 1 with a Canoness. Then we have Immolator with 5 just Battle Sisters. We've got 5 Battle Sisters with a bunch of stuff behind there with the Sacral thingy woody and the Cherub. Then we've got this, the Triumph. We've got another Castigator. We've got the big brick at 10 with the Devastating Wound Priests and the little banner. And that's about it. The Sisters of Battle armies have gotten smaller and smaller over time.
I think that's going to change next.
We'll see.
Points update.
So then we have, they might retroactively take away some of the point updates. I could see that. So then we have Rax, Scourge with Haywire, Court of the Archon, Kronos, Uri and Rakarth, Mandrakes, Darklance Scourge, ready to kind of jump and kind of take down some shots at this angle. Haywire Talos, Kronos, Kabalite Warriors, Rax, Grotesques, Lilith in a Venom. And in reserve I have 5 Witches. They're just standard Witches that I split with that Venom. And I've got my Void Raven Bomber. Okay. The Dark Eldar are ready for battle. Will the MSU version of this list, with only one Void Raven Bomber, have enough punch to take down the Holy Sisters of Battle? Will the Sisters of Battle rely on the Holy Emperor and amazing paint jobs to have everything go their way? We shall see as we begin the game. And now we get to see who goes first. We went to get food. Lunch. And now we roll. I roll a 4. A 5.
No!
You gotta come at me, bro. Okay, so I get to do my scouts. It's my beast pack. I'm just gonna hide. And then we go into Sister's turn, number 1. So the beast pack was here. I had measured it so they can scout just into this little nook and cranny there, or get really aggressive and create like a nice little wall over there. But since I'm going second, I'm gonna hide them, try to keep them alive. And with that, let's dive into the first turn. Now, of course, you could just run up and just get shut off the board. So I don't think it's good to, when you go first, just run YOLO. However, sometimes the cards might make you want to do stuff. Extend battle lines. So hold yours and one in no man's land. Pretty straightforward, easy. And overwhelming force, kill stuff on objectives.
Does that get shuffled back?
No, that one does not get shuffled back.
Okay.
That's why you don't want to infiltrate units onto objectives in no man's land, because then you give that up turn 1 very easily. Okay, so with that, turn 1 movement. Of course, check out Mini Wargaming Forge for the cool thing. This is a cool metal dice from Games Workshop I got at the World Championship. It was hefty. I didn't know it was metal until I took it out of the little package. It's cool. I'm red for the attacker. Cody is green for the defender. Mission, CP, all that good stuff. Most exciting Sisters of Battle turn ever!
Starting with 2 6s.
That's right. So the way that the Sisters got, they have less faith dice. So you get 1 every battle round now instead of player turn. Yep. And if you have the triumph, then the one you get at the start of the battle round is a 6, correct, basically. So you get a 6. She doesn't give you an additional 6. Just so many less than you did. Yeah. Then you rolled 1 for that unit with the simulacrum, got another 6. Yep. You didn't turn anybody into paragons because you have to spend faith dice to turn units into paragons. Yeah. Okay.
Make them righteous.
Correct. You advance this unit up to get a bunch of OC onto that objective, to get your extend battle lines, and then you just staged and screened me out so I can't put any mandrakes in the back here, and then you just pushed up against the wall, ready to basically yeet forward and see what happens.
Threatening both objectives.
Correct. So with that, end of the turn, you do get 5 points for extend battle line. Yep. You get rid of 1 card for a command point, so bring you up to 2 there. And then we go to my turn. I will pick up my mandrakes. Yep. I will get a command point. You will get a command point, as it is turn number 1. And my cards be Aridonat. Excellent.
Come to the middle.
And Cull the Horde, which you don't have a big unit that gives up that point. So cleanse. Do actions on objectives in no man's land. Okay, so not terrible. Not terrible, not the best, but I like Aridonat before I have to deal with a bunch of Sisters of Battle like in the middle of the board. Yeah. Okay, so with that, let's go into it. Okay, so there's a reason I have Urian right there. He loves to run in the middle and get me Aridonat. As for that, I do have a bunch of things that could do actions, but it would sacrifice a lot of my army. So I'm not sure. I think cleanses might just turn into a CP, because I like having CP for like the mid game. So we'll see. This Raider is probably just going to yeet and suicide and go murder those ladies over there with my Court of the Archon, and then force you to deal with it and kind of draw your attention out this way and stop you from scoring primary. But we'll see what happens. Turn movement phase. And here we have it, after movement. I've decided to go YOLO. Let's just see what happens. I want to stop the primary scoring. Archon's going to jump in. They're probably going to die next turn anyway, which is fine. But the more that I get like the jump on stuff, the better. Mandrakes actually dropped down to get me Area Denial, and they're going to do a cleanse. And then that Venom moved up to get a cleanse. And then this Beast Pack is now terraforming that objective to force Cody to come and stop me, or I just get points for the rest of the game. Yep. Then over here, I've got some shooting. The Canoness is right there, so hopefully I don't kill her and I can charge her and then hop back into the Raider, which is like the whole point of this plan. Mm-hmm. These Scourge are just hiding back here with Haywire. Those Scourge are over there. They can get a beat onto this little Immolator, and we'll see what happens. Shooting phase time. Paint tokens for everyone. Okay, shooting phase. Dark Lances did nothing, about right. And I killed 2 in shooting. Mm-hmm. And then I charged. I actually rolled a little too high of a charge, a 10, so I had to go all the way around. And then a 2 CP Heroic Intervention, boop, to pop them back in, just to try mess things up here a little bit. However, I'm going to give them a paint token to to fight. So let's see what happens. End of the turn. So Heroic Intervention could have been really dangerous, but then they actually rolled terrible. They didn't really hit or wound, and I was able to kill the Canoness and the squad, and they weren't able to get on the objective. Wraith-like Retreat to get back into the Raider. That Raider's probably dead next turn, but at least the court is still at large here. So with that, we do get Air Denial thanks to the Mandrakes. I get 2 points and 2 points. That gives me a couple of good secondaries moving into turn 2 of the game. I have 0 CP. Cody did spend 2 for the Heroic and then free on the Canoness, plus the 1 to get -1 to hit to try and keep the Canoness alive.
Yep.
As we move into the second turn. End of the phase. Oh, you get a 6. End of the phase. You lost a unit. That's how it works now. You get a fate. I want to say pain token. Because that's not what you get here.
No.
So with that, we're on to round number 2. You draw 2 more cards. You'll get 1 CP. I will get 1 CP.
Establish locus.
Press buttons.
Storm hostile objective.
And take away one of my objectives, which you already had as a plan. Anyway, you also get a 6 for the battle round, and you get to roll another miracle dice as well. I don't know why. Is it miracle dice? Yeah, miracle dice, right? For some reason I told him I was going to say faith dice. That has to be a 4. Not going to happen. And with that, Cody, do you have any ideas of what you want to do?
Keep playing very conservatively.
I guess you're just going to squeeze it out little by little, eh?
Yep.
That makes sense to me.
Are very different now.
They definitely don't have the oomph that they used to have, I feel. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Did they take the sisters and throw them over a cliff? I don't know. I think they still have lots of play. And of course, this detachment might not be the best one in Sisters right now. I think, which one do you think is best?
Hallowed Martyrs.
To bring back characters and stuff still and everything. Yeah. And yeah, that's the classic one, right?
Or you're back to the Index Sisters, or you play Army of Faith
for extra
miracle dice.
That makes sense. Okay, with that, turn 2. End of the moon phase. Cody has a big turn ahead of him, so he's definitely just measuring everything, double measuring it twice like Santa Claus. Good times. So over here we have, they were sanctified.
They're sanctified.
So they did just kind of move up with the +2 move, and they've kind of gotten up nice and close. The Castigator as well. Vol's hiding back there, just trying to kill the Scourge back here. Kind of overexpose them a little bit. I should have just kept them back. Over here, we got Celestine coming down. Stayed outside of 9 there, put a bunch of OC on that objective. And a couple of Castigators can shoot that guy as well. And then to get your established locus, you've kind of pushed the bolters out as well as the immolator. Yep. Okay, so with that, we have some stuff ready to go. End of the shooting phase. The Raider finally died, but a 4-up invul save kept it alive, so it soaked up lots of shots, and then the Archon got out and lost a couple of guys. Over here, actually took quite a lot of shooting to kill the Scourge, because they rolled quite a lot of saves. Yeah. And the Venom died instantly, and then a couple of Cavalites got out on that side, just to kind of, put some more OC on there and cause some havoc. Okay, so with that, charge phase. And you have no miracle dice, which is interesting. Instantly noticed the difference with the miracle dice on Sisters of Battle. Like, you had to spend 1 to make soup up Morven Vol, and then you had 0. Like, because you put 1 on them for the thing. And interesting. This detachment seems to have been written when the old Faith dice were still a thing. Okie dokie. So they made a charge of the Mandrakes and were able to actually get all the way into the Cavalites and kill them, because he did declare them, and then just piled in, didn't get the Beast Pack involved, and then failed a couple of charges with the tanks and the Archons. So the Archon's unit's ready to rock and roll this turn. I'm going to pull my unit of Mandrakes up. You've already committed your reserves. You don't have any uppy downy, so I don't need to screen out my backboard anymore, which is exciting. And with that, let's go into your score. You established Locust with them. Even though they shot, they are able to shoot and do actions in this mission for Stalwarts. And you successfully stormed a hostile objective. That's a nice 8-point secondary turn for you, which is awesome. Oh, and I should probably put myself for my 9 that I had last turn as well. And 5 for that, which is 13 in total. Okay, you do push me down, of course, to a 0 on primary like I did you. Yep. Great fun. Okay, and then I get a CP, you get a CP.
Start of the battle round.
No.
No, I went first.
No, you have 0 faith dice right now. 0. So with that, and you have a couple of CP as well. Oh, I only have 1. What am I doing here? I only have 1. What cards do I get? Okay, behind enemy lines. Yes, go Mandrakes, go.
Yep.
And bring it down. I have to kill a couple of tanks this turn anyway. Excellent. Yep. Good job. So I need to kill that immolator. That's like one of the big things I need to kill. I need to try and kill one of these 2 tanks here.
Yep.
I do have the tools to do some damage. I really want to kill that tank actually as well, and kind of, but if I put more stuff near where Morphin Vol is, I get a bunch of stuff nuked. So we'll see. It'll be a good time. End of the moon phase. Bomber came in. Rax moved up. Archon and Court remained there. Put enough OC on here to stop that from scoring. I put Haywire in range to shoot different guns. I've got Lilith hopped over into here and moved over there to go and try and deal with that big unit. The Beast Pack has moved around. So my target priorities are this whole mess over here, this unit of shields, and potentially maybe that tank. We'll see. Other than that, wish me luck. Let's see what happens. End of the shooting phase. Was able to kill the five sisters there. Was able to kill that castigator, but it did require both of the Talos and that unit of Scourge. Mm-hmm. I was able to kill that unit of Sacrosants as well, thanks to the Mandrakes that rolled boss on their dev runes and just killed them after the plane failed to actually kill them. They only did 2 damage there. I did put a couple wounds on this tank here because I rolled terrible for damage on the actual guns. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we're going to do some charges. I'm probably going to get them to charge into here. I'm probably going to get this to charge here potentially, and we'll see if you want a heroic or not over there. And if not, then we'll kind of charge into there. Lilith is going to go into that big unit over there as well. And there you have it. So the end of my turn, I put 1 damage on this. I almost killed that. So close. Has 1 wound left. And then I just tagged and was able to tag this to draw them in. Lilith did go in, charge. She basically wiped out that whole unit. And then at the end, I Wraith-like retreated, so they moved 8. They're wholly within 6 of the Venom, so then the Venom ability procs, and they can jump into the Venom. So you can actually do a 14-inch bubble from a Venom to get Lilith in and out of a Venom, which protects usually 2 or 3 objectives, depending on the map layout, which is really good. Other than that was a very good turn for me. Let's see what I did in terms of points. So I only got 1 behind enemy, bring it down. Because I almost killed that. So that's 2 points and 3 points for behind the lines. That's a 5. We're up to 14 in terms of secondaries. However, we're still 0-0 for primary.
That's going to change real fast.
So I go up to 1 CP, you go up to 1 CP, 2 CP. It is now turn 3 as well. What do you draw for cards? Defend your stronghold and bring it down. So I have enough vehicles that you can kind of do that as well. Turn 3, end of movement. The Archon's Lord of Deceit ability all the way around here just makes it that these tanks are basically tied up and they can't really pull back and use stratagems to shoot and stuff. Celestine's jumping up, wants to go potentially kill a plane. You've got your 2 castigators ready to shoot as well. You've got maybe Morven Vol that can shoot the plane as well. This stayed here, so the Triumph is coming up to try and do some damage, as well as get the 6-up Feel No Pain aura nice and close.
Yep.
And then you did make them sanctified? Righteous. Okay, so they were able to move 11 inches up thanks to that and get around and just start taking pot shots at the Talos. I did spend my 1 command point to rapid ingress these witches because you did get Defend Stronghold, and I just want to make sure that I can potentially go in there and just cause some havoc into the Sisters of Battle back there, which forces you to potentially shoot them with something. Heavy bolters, I don't know, we'll see. Other than that, let's do some shooting. You did get a bunch of pain tokens, miracle dice, because when I killed the little priesty guy, you got D3s, you got 2, and then each time they kill a unit in melee, then you also get 1 as well. So you got the Mandrakes and you got the little Cavalite Warrior Squad. So there's ways to get extras, which is nice. Okay.
That's not a bad little combo.
But definitely noticing the difference.
Yeah.
Much, much different than what you remember from Sisters. Okay, so end of the shooting phase. More Vol and suits, even 2 suits and Vol, just kill the Talos. They just kill Talos. And then you did get quite a few damage on here, but it took basically both of the castigators and 2 CP to throw a grenade as well. So finally got it with the last grenade. And then you did try and shoot these witches, killed a couple as well. And that's it. So we're going to the charge phase. And you did spend quite a few of your miracle dice in that turn. So you still have a few left, but definitely not as many. I personally, as a person who played against Sisters a lot, I like the change. I think that you should have more units, but it feels more balanced, that style. It does. Okay, so with that, on to the charge phase. Killed everything except for 2 racks back here. So they basically cleared house and took that objective. And then over here, the Triumph also had to get stuck in, only killed 1 Grotesque. I put a couple wounds on the Immolator. Celestine charged back, killed the racks, and then I killed another tank over here.
Yep.
So you will get 2 points for the bomber and 2 points for the unit of Talos.
Yep.
And a defense stronghold, do you want to hold it or are you getting rid of it? Go up to 4, so that brings you up to 17 points there.
How lethal are those 3?
3 attacks each at AP1 with a pain token AP2 reroll hits strength 3. So there is a chance.
They'll make that charge.
Yes, they're 12 inches away with an 8-inch move. And I could still up Downy the Mandrakes to potentially soften up the unit.
Take a CP.
Makes sense. I think that's a good choice. So CP there, like that you don't risk it, because if not you have to spend a CP later to get rid of it,
Yep.
which makes sense. Okay, so with that, I was able to wrestle this, but I am going to have to take a battle shock, so I'm probably going to use a CP to auto pass that just so I can get
sense.
primary. That's OC 5, right?
It's 5 or 6.
And 3, so 8 there. You take that, you take that.
Yep.
And then it is my turn. Wow, what a bloodbath. I get a CP, you get a CP, and my cards are going to be... my mandrakes will go up in the sky.
Yep.
Establish a locus, so press buttons in your deployment zone and just kill stuff. Okay, not terrible.
You killed a lot of
I gotta kill some things to keep on going, so it's not bad. At least the witches have now a job, which is to press buttons, which is going to be exciting.
Yep.
And then we'll see what I can do with this tank and Celestine and friends as well.
Yep.
End of the movement phase. I moved the rack sideways to try and move block Vol from getting in the middle, and you overwatched them to death. Okay, good joke. That Kronos has run away as far as possible. Because Morven's going to probably want to get into the middle here. I can't stop you from holding that objective over there.
I'll kill something.
Yeah, Bull, kill something, gets you 4. And then over here we have Lilith got out, and then the Venom moved up, so they can charge into the Triumph and just pop back into the Venom. And then the Archon kind of moved around to get some blast pistols into that Immolator. And then we'll see what happens. And then these Scourge moves laterally to get a nice shot into that tank over there. They're going to do my established locus for 4 points, and they're going to shoot and maybe make a long bomb charge into those Sisters of Battle. You know, just keeping you on your toes.
Yep.
Yeah, I got no prisoners, so just killing stuff is important.
Yep.
This unit was awesome. This Scourge unit did 12 damage to this and just killed it.
Yeah.
4 hits, 4 4s for Haywire. Dead tank. When it happens, it's fantastic. Over here, we did put this down to 2 wounds remaining with a variety of blast pistols and splinter cannons and stuff. And then over here, the Mandrakes did kill 3 of the little Sisters of Battle, making that a 10-inch charge.
Yep.
Okay, so with that, look, this, I'm going to tell you right now, is a mistake. Usually, I'd just keep the OC on the objective and don't jump in, but I want to jump in and have a fun time. Let's do Archon versus Celestine fight! End of the fight phase. I killed one little lady, and you killed the Slith and the Urgle, but I stopped you from holding the objective. Yeah. So that's kind of what happened there. Over here, though, Lilith and Witches only put 8 damage on the Triumph because she passed like a lot of impulse saves, and I wasn't able to kill the Immolator, which makes me sad. However, I will go to my score here. Not what I wanted, but I do get 2 points for no prisoners and 4 points for established locus for 6. Bring up to 20 secondary points. And I do successfully get 4 points at the beginning of the game here as we move into your turn number 4. Turn number 4, you get a CP, I get a CP, and you will get a 4 on primary. Kill stuff, which is good, and do an action for sabotage. Okay, end of the movement phase. This fell back, which then procced my reactive move. You were trying to take my home objective. Something we forgot is Terraform does give you 4 points for your home objective, so we just added that to the score.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're 20, I'm at 16, because you did auto-pass this with a Battle Shock with a Faith Dice with your 6.
Yep.
So you were able to hold that middle, hold that one for an 8. Very nicely done. And with that, you're going to fall back, shoot, and charge, because you did make that Sanctified. You made that Righteous or whatever it's called. They moved up. They can shoot a bunch of stuff here.
Gave her a little bit extra movement, too.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. So with that, let's go into the shooting phase. Let's see what happens. This is going to be a bloodbath, as always. And they passed their Battle Shock test as well. A mess over here. Vol made it in. They shot Lilith and the Venom to death. My Scourge did survive not getting charged, which is good. I did kill the Immolator. Urien was able to punch the Immolator to death. Nice. And that is that. So with that, we've got... you did kill the last guy here, but then, of course, Archon stayed alive as well, which is good. Okay. So... as we move on, I will get 4 points for my home. So I go to, hooray, I go up to 20, which is nice. And then I'm going to get my cards. In terms of your cards at the end of the turn, you killed...
4 units.
How many?
I killed a Raider, Lilith.
Venom, Lilith, yeah. So and the Grots, yeah. So you did
5.
get 5 points there. Did you re-up that?
Nope.
22 secondary points. This is gonna be a very close game, and I love it. 22 secondary points, and you are getting rid of Sabotage for a CP.
Correct.
Yeah, because you did not. Because you did not.
I don't have the bodies.
So on to my turn. My Mandrakes will... do I want to go uppy downy? Yeah, they'll go uppy downy just in case I need them for like actions somewhere. Even though it's going to kind of suck over there for points.
Yep.
Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and draw my cards. I get an Assassination, which is great because Celestine has 1 wound left. And an Extend Battle Lines, which is hold 1 objective in my home. Which should be decent because I got Mandrakes.
You just go right there.
I like it. So with that, not bad for secondaries. Let's go into my turn 4. And here we are after movement. I got Urien and the Kronos this way. Mandrakes are back here. Gonna start terraforming that objective. And then I've got my Scourge and just stuff moving back this way. I got Lilith. They overwatched the Kronos and it died, which is fine. Gets you a token. So you're gonna get another 8 points there for 28 if these witches can hold the line here, which will be nice. And then we'll see what happens at the end of the game. It's going to come down to like literally the last turn, which is wild considering Cody was complaining the whole time for like the first 3 turns.
It feels weird, man, not having a bucket of mirror.
Recap. Okay, so I threw a grenade and did 6 damage with Haywire into the Triumph. She has 1 wound remaining after shooting a little bit. So I'm trying to get her down because that's 5 OC that I'm really trying to get rid of. And then over here, the witches charge in. I put my last pain token on them. They're going to try and put the last wound on Celestine before she gets to fight. Even though she might come back, but at least it like gives me my assassinate points. I'm trying to give myself the best chance of getting assassinate points. My Mandrakes give me extend battle lines no matter what. And it's really about the last turn. So let's see what happens. Just clawing at it with everything I got. And hopefully I don't fail like 50,000 battle shocks on the last turn like I did last game against Cody, which was wild. Go watch that if you haven't already. That was crazy. Okay, and she lived. Used the last CP to pass 1 save against Urien's little homunculus tool. So she's alive with 1. But then her attacks go down and she loses a relic. And then I did get Celestine, but the 2... bodyguard killed the 3 witches, but then Celestine got back up after the Archon killed both of the bodyguard. So it was like it was a mutually assured destruction thing there. However, I do get assassination for 5, and I get an extend for 5.
It's a big turn.
Bringing me up to 30 secondaries,
it's a big turn,
which is big as we go into turn number 5, where you get a CP, I get a CP. You get 2 cards, which is that's mine. They're over there.
Which is cleanse.
Cleanse, do actions on objectives.
Not great.
And take 2 objectives in no man's land.
Which I can do.
You can potentially do, yes. Okay. And you have 1 CP left as well. Okay, as you can see, the Triumph is dead. There was a risky proposition. He could either go this way, try charge the Scourge, and then take my home, but face an Overwatch. The Kronos Overwatch got 6 hits with the Flamer, killed the 1 wound of the Triumph. The other option was to go this way and go get the Mandrakes as well. So that was the risky play, and that paid off there. However, you did bring back a lady here, so you got 2. So you actually got an extra 4 points there. So that's not a bad point turn there. Okay, so, and you shot, you've charged, you killed the Kronos and Urien. He got back up in the shooting phase, then you just charged him and killed him. You had a really cool stratagem where you could pile in 6 inches. However, you have to go towards the closest unit, which meant they had to go towards the Mandrakes and they had to go towards the Scourge, and they didn't have enough to get onto this objective. But that's a really cool little strat there. Over here, Celestine got 4 dev wounds into my Archon and just was like, what Shadowfield? And however, you get 2 points for secure no man's land, and you're getting rid of cleanse for a CP, bringing you up to 2. And and then you get 2 for no man's land for 4. So at the end of the turn, I will be terraforming that objective, which give me an extra 2 points. At the end of my 5th turn, that means they're not going to uppy downy. I could potentially, actually, it's better to do, because if I deep strike back here and string, he wouldn't be able to see me. They can't see me, which means it would actually be 2 extra points if I uppy and then downy and then terraform. Okay, you know what? I like that better. They're probably going to uppy and then downy and then terraform. And then I get my cards. Okay, so this has been the Bloodbath. I get Storm Hostile Objective, and I get Sabotage, which should be a couple of points, maybe. We'll see. Potentially. We'll see. It's 3 points instead of 2 for a terraform, so I might do sabotage instead with the mandrakes. I'm going to spend my CP to just get rid of Storm Hostile because I can't really do anything about that. And try to get some more points at the end here. Let's go! Marked for death. Okay. Sure. That's not happening. No. So fine, let's see what I get. The mandrakes, uppy downy, just staying outside of 9. They're not wholly within, so they can't overwatch me and stuff like that. And then we go over here. So we're going to sabotage that little small piece of terrain for 3 points instead of a terraform. And I will 100% go for 1, 2, 3 for a 12. Bringing me up to 32 at the end here. 32 for primary. And then 3 more points here on secondaries. For a 33. Wow, what a massive game. So same on primaries, and then I got a few extra points on secondaries for the game. Cody, fantastic match. The sisters, you've crushed me with sisters like every time we've played so far. Definitely different now after the Codex. Because remember when the first Codex came out? I think you played like 3 games against me and you just crushed me every time. You played like triple Exorcist, triple Castigator and murdered all my tanks. And then you did a bazillion Repentia and like super fast moving Seraphim and you just crushed me from like 30 inches away.
It's very, very different.
Very different. This is a great unit.
Yep.
That you don't need too much battle line, a couple of things to like do some back stuff, and Celestine is just a solid choice altogether. Yep. What did you think of the changes?
So far I think they're pretty fair. I would like maybe just a couple little tweaks to like how you spend your miracle dice to like ease it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it's fine. I think a couple points drops.
Yeah, I think things went up because of miracle dice. I think going down is not a bad thing.
That's about it.
That is still like one of the best units in this book.
I didn't lose the game because of miracle dice. I lost the game because I put my models in the wrong spot.
And it's also, sisters still kill everything very, very efficiently. Yeah. And you still have enough miracle dice to do your thing. You just don't get to do it like right away. It kind of is a slow burn. And you don't have a giant pile at the end. I remember us playing games where you had like 20 that you just hadn't used.
Correct.
At least in this one, you actually had to spend them. It was like a resource management thing.
I could see playing Army of Faith and chugging.
Ooh, actually, that'd be cool. Army of Faith gets you the extra dice, and you can use 2 per turn or something on units. Okay, neat.
Every stratagem almost procs miracle dice.
What do you think of the new detachment?
It's pretty solid. I think so far, like being able to give +1 move and combo with the Triumph for a +3 move is really good.
Yeah.
And I want to play more with that, with maybe getting another brick of 10, maybe going down to 2 tanks instead of 3 tanks, and seeing where I can go that way. You
were saying you didn't really like the battle cannon one. You just wanted to keep the autocannon ones.
Yeah, just 2 autocannon.
Yeah, that's like 170 points you get to spend on like other stuff. Like I know a couple of Seraphim units to do like actions and shoot and scoot and things like that as well.
Maybe change up the characters that are leading them. Maybe get some feel no pains in there or something.
Awesome. Huge shout out to Monument Hobbies. That's right. Best paints on the market. Yeah, I love them. Make sure you check them out. Like the, what is it? The white? What's it called? The titanium white. Oh my goodness. That color is phenomenal. And Cody is the rep for all of Canada. So make sure you check that out. Huge shout out to the Tabletop Forge. The Forge. I've got my cool little studio here. And Wayland Yutani. Thanks a lot for the terrain. It's actually it's a really handy piece of terrain as well. Well, I've been Skari, your grateful host. Happy New Year, everybody, and Happy New Year. And we'll be back with more stuff. I'm going to Manchester to do the UKTC Manchester GT. I'll be there the first weekend, and I'll also be at LVO, so I'll see you there, everybody. Make sure you come say hi. Okay, I've been Skari, your grateful host. Signing off until next time. The Dark Kin. Get back in your box.